So this is going to be part 2 where we actually work through some of the problems on that aggregate expenditure assignment that we had. So we're going to be going through questions 12 through 20. And question 12 asks us, what is the consumption function? Well, what we know is that the GDP is $8,000, autonomous consumption is $500, planned investment spending is $200, and the marginal propensity to consume is 0.8. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to just write all of these things down. So GDP, 8,000. A, which is our autonomous consumption, is equal to 500. I, which is our investment, is going to be equal to 200. And finally, our MPC is going to be equal to 0.8. Now, number 12 asks us what our consumption function is. So by using the consumption function over here, we get C is equal to our autonomous consumption, 500, plus our MPC times our GDP. Right? Although I guess in our answers that 8,000 is really YD. Should mention I'm going to be using those interchangeably. So then number 13 asks, how much is consumption? Well, 0.8 times 8,000 gives us 6,400. Plus that 500, our answer is going to be $6,900. Okay? I'll just write out how I got there again really quick. So C is equal to 500 plus this multiplied, which gives us 6,400, total 6,900. So number 14 is how much is planned aggregate spending? Now this is going to be the same as the consumption function, but now we're adding inventory investment. So we have the 500 plus the 200 plus that 0.8 times 8,000. This gives us all the same answer as this one, but really just adding the investment spending. So this will give us an answer of 7,100. Moving on to 15. It asks us how much is unplanned inventory investment. Well, if we look back over here, our unplanned inventory investment is going to be U, which is equal to our YD, or also known as our GDP for this one, $8,000, minus our planned aggregate spending, which is going to be $7,100. So our total unplanned inventory investment is $900. And finally, they ask, income expenditure equilibrium is achieved when GDP is what? So, we don't know what our new GDP is going to be yet, but we know that we have YD over here. That's our unknown variable. Then we have our autonomous spending, plus our inventory investment, divided by 1 minus our MPC. That's going to be equal to 700 divided by 0.2, which is the same thing as 700 times 5, which will give us an answer of $3,500. So the final thing they ask us, before they switch things up on us, is the multiplier is what? Well, we take 1 over 1 minus our MPC, which is equal to 1 over 0.2, which is the same as 5. Next, we're going to go to number 18. It asks if GDP is instead $3,000, what is the planned aggregate spending? Okay, so we go to the PAS. We have our 500 plus our 200 plus now our 0.8 because that has not changed, but we're multiplying it only by 3,000 this time. Now 0.8 times 3,000, that's going to be 2,400. Plus the 200, 2,600, and plus the 500, we get $3,100. Finally, saying if GDP is $3,000, how much is unplanned inventory investment? So we go back to this U equation. We say, okay, we have $3,000. We subtract our PAS, which is $3,100. That's going to give us a total of negative $100. Finally, 20 asks, given this situation, firms will tend to either A, raise prices, B, fire people, C, increase output, or D, decrease output. Well, since they are operating, since there's like $100 extra that's being consumed that's not being produced, they're going to increase their production to meet that demand. So our answer is going to be C, increase output. So there you go. That should be the back half of that worksheet. If you have any questions, let me know.